Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the new episode of the Go Together podcast. Happy New Year. First of all, we are recording a first episode in this year. And we very glad that we have a very special guest from UAE, Miss Jasmine. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Happy New Year to you too.
I'm really thankful that you have accepted the invitation. Being a certified family and educational well-being expert and a founder of Nova, uh, we are going to discuss something related to all these topics. First of all, again, Happy New Year, ma'am.
Thank you, you too.
Before to jump into the topic, Jasmine, I want to know about your own self, how your journey started.
Uh so basically, so yeah, obviously I grew up in the UK. Um, and basically my father passed away when I was 18 and I found out in the newspaper. So I was kind of traumatized. And I didn't know how to manage all of these emotions I was feeling. And so, but everybody around me didn't know what to do either. So, there wasn't really much effective communication, or, I mean, people around me tried, my family tried, but they didn't know what to do. So anyway, I was kind of traumatized for about 8 years, and I just wanted to get out of that situation. So I decided to, when I was feeling okay, I trained as a teacher, and I left the UK, and I ended up te living and teaching in 11 countries. Um, and during the whole process, I just, obviously learned lots of things about myself. And then when I came to Dubai 9 years ago, I looked back on my life and it was like 17 years. And I just thought 17 years, 11 countries. I don't really want to carry on moving forward like this because I was quite tired. So I thought, what can I do? And I kept meeting coactive coaches. So I decided to try the course to see if it could help me decide what I wanted to do with my life. And then during that process of working on myself, I just felt transformed, basically. It was so transformative. And I just thought, wow, this is such important work, digging deep and working on yourself. So I decided to certify. So I got certified as a coactive coach. And then I thought, I'm going to work with teenagers. I'm going to support them, teach them tools and techniques that could have maybe helped me when I was a teenager. So then I created my program, Creative Confidence. And yeah, I support parents, I support teenagers, and I also support adults, you know, all just helping them build that healthy relationship with themselves and to manage their emotions. So that's what I do now. And I have a podcast, I do LinkedIn lives every week. Yeah.
Jasmine, teaching in 11 different countries. What common problem you have been observed there?
I don't know if it's a common problem,
Because
but
what comes into my mind, okay, when you become a trainer or when you founding your own organization, there are certain problem or issue you have been observed in those 11 countries or in your those experiences. So after that, when you become a founder of Nava or you are going to be into the corporate training, so all those experiences helping you out today. So what issues or concern or main
we all have, yeah, the
things you have
same.
been
We all
of
have, you know, what I did realize is emotions speak the same language. It doesn't matter
hmm,
which country I was in or which culture, because
yeah.
a lot of different cultures that I experienced. Um, we all experience the same emotions. We all feel. Um, so that sort of brings everybody together. Yeah, we're very similar in one way. Um, so yeah, and we all have feelings of loneliness, sadness.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah, emotions speak the
Uh,
same language.
Same, Jasmine, in this before COVID and during the COVID, the feeling of loneliness increased, I guess. So after the COVID and you're living to what trauma or what kind of emotions they have been left on us?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question about COVID, but to be honest, because personally, I had already been through a big
Mhm.
trauma when I was 18.
Oh,
Um, for me, COVID, I didn't really, I mean, I was lucky, I guess, but I didn't really experience, okay, I was on my own, but I'd experienced so much harder things in my life, to be quite honest.
Mm,
So, but I could see everybody around me dealing with their things because, we all go through different things at different times, don't
mm,
we? But so yeah, but for me, I'd already experienced, a lot more challenging situations. But yeah, I do think a lot of people, yeah, had to deal with loneliness, being on their own,
mm.
facing themselves,
Yeah,
basically, facing themselves. And I think it was hard for a lot of people, especially if you didn't have tools and techniques. But I guess I was lucky as well because during COVID, I was doing my training. So I was learning all of this. So maybe that's what helped me get through COVID. I'm not sure. But I think it all depends. It's all relative, isn't it? What you've been through, what you're going through, what support you have. I think when you have the right support, things can be very different.
just one more point here is arise. Uh, Confidence program for teens and parents. We do understand if teens are facing a problem regarding the confidence, and which we'll discuss later on the show as well. But what actual problem you have been observed from the parent side? Okay, you decided to build a confidence among parents as well.
Yeah, well, I think, I really do believe everything starts at home. It's like even in my case, when I was
Hmm.
going through that traumatic grief, my mum didn't know how to support me because she didn't know. She didn't know what to do. So
Hmm.
had she have had the support herself, she could have supported me in a different way. I mean, she did her best and, but she didn't have the training either. So I quickly realized that parents, if you haven't had
Hmm.
training, how are you going to know how to deal with these situations? So I thought I need to support the parents, give them the self-awareness because obviously the more self-aware you are, the more aware you are of everyone around you. So everything starts with us. If there's a problem, I really do believe.
Because there's a one more problem. Now, being a parent, I do believe that, let's suppose I know each and everything. Why I need to
Uh,
learn from someone else how to do a parenting.
sure, that's
So
true. I guess that,
this is exist or
yeah,
not?
yeah. I mean, it does, but I guess those parents I don't work with, to be honest, because I really don't try and convince parents if they're not in that space. To be coached, you need to be coachable. You need to be open to learning, changing, being uncomfortable, facing things that are difficult. And you need to be ready to do that. It's not for everyone. It really isn't for everybody. So I do meet parents and I talk to them, but I don't want to say parents are doing anything wrong. I'm not saying, you know, nothing's right or wrong or coaching. It's just about building that self-awareness within yourself and that relationship with yourself. But, obviously I explain to parents what I do. Um, but I don't force or say, you need to do this, you should be doing this. I'm not giving solutions or anything like that. I'm just showing the tools and techniques that I have, and parents can use them, the ones that resonate with them or not. Same with teenagers. It really is about respect. There's a lot of respect that goes into coaching, especially the way I coach. You know, it's all about, I'm just guiding and facilitating. Um, but the parent or the
Mhm.
teenager is leading the
Yeah,
session, not me.
that's the main essential of the coaching program.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. So
Yes,
I've always said, yeah.
you are basically actually on a mission to teach the key
Mm.
tools and techniques that prepare teenagers and adults to manage the pressure of modern life. How do you
Yeah.
define the pressure of modern life?
How do I find the pressure? Well, I just think, it just seems we're all wrapped up into saving every second that we possibly can, trying to do the quick thing, but actually we're burning ourselves out in the process. And it just seems absolutely insane, to be quite honest with you. And I've been part of that as well, where you just rush, rush, rush. Quickly, I've
Hmm.
got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. But maybe you're not eating properly, you're not looking after your body. Um, you're rushing to be 5 minutes faster for what? All that pressure you're putting on yourself. I mean, for what? It just, I feel like we've become so far removed from reality, um, losing touch with the simple things that are important. going back to basics. And I feel like, we're isolating ourselves a lot more. Um, and, we're forgetting that we're human and we have basic needs. And when we can meet these needs, we'll be okay. And they're simple needs, you know. Um, I think this is the problem. I think
Exactly.
a diet is a big thing. We're not eating properly.
This is a case कि we all are in rush. Even the problem which we face here is that कि I'm unable to understand कि it's very difficult to uh, do wait on a traffic signal. Hardly takes a 2 minutes,
Exactly.
but we are not
Exactly.
ready to wait.
Yeah. And you just see the aggression on the roads and things, and it's just like,
Where we all want to be go.
exactly, where is everybody going?
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense. And but I've been in there. I've been in that rat race. And when you're so stressed, you just sort of your body becomes addicted to more stress, and then you just go round and round until something happens that stops you. Intervention could be a health scare, or if something happens, or you start working on yourself, you know,
Hmm.
because I think when you're in that state, you don't even see it, do you? Because I've worked with people and we're talking about feelings, and maybe they've got anger problems and they're like, I'm not angry, I never get angry. And it's like, wow, you're not even seeing it. And that's the thing. Awareness is without awareness, how do we
Not,
know what
yeah, not possible or realistic. On the other hand, Jasmine, how much is it important to develop awareness about your own emotions?
very important. I think it's one of the most important things ever. Like with me, I carried that grief for about 20 years because I didn't know
So
that
generally,
there
we
was a
just know about happy or angry, but
exactly
there are number of emotions others as well.
so many emotions. I mean, there was about I don't know how many
Uh,
emotions I had that day, but yeah, I think that's so important, because we don't want to be reactive and just react on our emotions because we're not very productive when we do that, are we? For a start, we can cause more problems for ourselves, and also we don't want to carry these emotions. Like I said, I carried those emotions for 20 years, emotions of grief, loss, all of these
hmm.
emotions, and they were heavy. They were heavy. They weighed me down, but I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know you could process them and they can leave your body and you'll feel free again. I didn't know that. Um, so that was one of the most important things I learned through coaching was processing my emotions. I think, yeah, because then you can see things more clearly and you become more of yourself, not your emotion.
Exactly. Within this domain, how much is it important to be self-confident when we are working with the parents and the teenagers as well? And when teenagers comes to you and they discuss their problems, and they're lacking in the confidence. So, when you're listening to them, what what's your personal opinion? Ke what actual the problem society is facing? It's fine. I need to build a confidence, but what's the role of the society to provide me that ecosystem where I feel comfort?
Um, for everybody, you mean? What's the role of society? I think it's more of a role for us, to be quite honest. I think we're all responsible for how we show up in the world. Um, there's plenty of education out there. There's so much information out there. Um, the role of society, um, the role of society, I think, is everybody individually works on themselves.
Hmm.
The more aware we all become, that's our role, I think, is to work on ourselves, heal our traumas, and then we can show up in the world as a better human being, and we've got more to offer. So I think if we all did a bit of work on ourselves, whether it's therapy or coaching, we show up better. I think that's it.
Because we all are the part of the society. Uh, Maybe
Sorry.
we all are the part of the society. We all make a society. So
Yeah.
we are equally responsible if someone facing a problem. So we need to play our part. It's fine if they need a counseling session or they need a They need to talk to someone. They need to build it. But on the other hand, we need to make that ecosystem where everyone feel or where everyone can grow and excel. Uh, again,
Yeah, but
personal, family, and career goals. If we divide the life, so everyone has their own personal life, their then family, and then career. How much a person can make a time to set their personal goal, their family goal, and the career goals? Because each their decision going to hit the other two. Maybe I'm good in, maybe I'm careerly I'm in a
yeah,
good position, but I'm suffering at family and my personal life. So there's again problem exist. Or maybe family wise I'm strong, but in my career I'm
mm,
struggling. So
yeah.
what the advice which you want to give to make your goals
Well,
realistic and which gives you benefit in all these three domains?
well, the first thing I don't give advice, but I think the best thing is asking yourself some quality questions, asking yourself some questions. What do I really want in my life? What do I enjoy doing? What do I love? The ikigai
Hmm.
method. But I think the thing that really helps me the most is implementing tiny, tiny changes into your routine. Tiny, tiny changes. So what's one thing that I can do today that's going to make me feel a bit better? Can be a tiny thing. It's like, okay, I might have a glass of water in the morning or something. It can be tiny, tiny changes. Like, I think we've got to start with the small things and be consistent with
Hmm.
those. And then we do the next thing, then we do the next thing. But I think the best thing is to really look after yourself. Start eating well, exercising, journaling, having that relationship with yourself, things like that, I think.
Whenever the not whenever, but every year when the new year starts, we make this resolution.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't believe in them.
and on the 1st of January, and then on the 2nd of January, everyone forget what they haven't decided.
Well, exactly, because
Yeah,
this is
no
work. It's just a
consistency.
waste of time because it's pressure. It's putting too much pressure.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm going to change everything. It's just one tiny thing each day, one tiny thing. That's it. One
Ex-
step at a time, one day at a time.
By the end of the year, you will get a result.
Or maybe the end of the next year.
Yeah,
Who knows? You just have to keep going, keep trying, but don't set yourself up to feel bad, you know? It,
exactly.
everybody's different, but ask yourself some questions. Well, maybe the first thing is spend 5 minutes, give yourself 5 minutes every day to just either think about anything, meditate, journal. You'll start getting to know what you really want if you
Exactly.
give yourself a chance to.
Self-awareness is more important if you want to be achieve your goals, whatever you have been set for your in your life. Uh, Thank you so much, Jasmine. I really enjoyed the
Thank
conversation with
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
The way you explain the things. Again, the modern life has a modern issues, and we all need to play our part to overcome it. In last, any point you which you want to, or on this any point which you want to share in the last.
Sorry, is there anything I
And
want to share? No, I just think choose one area of your life that you want to improve and just think of one goal you want to achieve in that area and then start from there. Look in the
exactly.
mirror.
Mm.
How do you feel when you look in the mirror? Say something nice to yourself. Just really simple things. Simple, simple. That's it. I don't want to say too many things because the point is to be simple.
Exactly. You have to take a step.
Yes, exactly. Do something. Do something. That's
Again,
right.
thank you so much, Jasmine, for your time. I really enjoyed the conversation. I hope you also
Thank you very
enjoyed this
much.
conversation. Thank you so much, everyone. The purpose of the show is to support each other to grow together. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Have a nice day and take care.